Have you ever seen something more strange? Have you ever thought, maybe I'm just dreaming? Well, in today's video, we are going to look at that in depth. What does this mean for you as the individual when you're looking at your information that's coming through the news and you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I must be missing something? You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. My name is David Quintieri. I have been doing this since 2011, breaking down all of that jargon, all of that difficult, convoluted stuff, and making it real simple. And I wanted to start by looking at the real economy. Job seekers are giving up. Labor force participation rate falls to the lowest level in 50 years. So people are finding themselves out of work voluntarily through attrition. It's coming, of course, with companies saying, we don't need you anymore. What kind of jobs are being affected? I'll show you that in a second. But the point is that we have a very different economy than we've had over the last several years because there was inflation, things were getting all wacky, but we're not in that time anymore of like the post-COVID era. Right now, we are dealing with something major, something real big is going on because all of the energy and the intensity around the entire world has been focused on one single thing. It's AI. And there have been talks about the parallels between this one and the previous dot-com boom. And they're saying, no, it's different. This is different this time. And certainly there are many differences. Okay, it's not the exact same. But there are some elements in it that are becoming extremely dangerous, which could affect everyone. Why? The S&P 500, the stock market in general. If you look at it, it's only a few names carrying everything, all the pension funds, all the investment funds. If you look at mutual funds and retirement accounts, they're all relying on a couple different stocks. That's it. So what does this mean for you? Well, when we look at it on the, with depth as we will today, I'll explain it. You can see what's happening with the markets completely shrugging off what's going on in the Middle East. I could have sworn there was a war that was happening that flared up, and now they are discussing boots on the ground. This was the goal from the beginning, of course, to have that long war that goes on for years and years and years. That's the whole goal. Not to end it quickly, not to simply take out the leadership. That's not the goal. You want to extract the resources. Number one, all of the resources, take everything they got. And number two, you want the military-industrial complex to have their way. Because that's the way it goes. Afghanistan, Iraq, look at what's going on in Yemen. What about Somalia? And on and on and on. Do you want to go back further in history? What happened with Vietnam? Winning the war, who's winning? It's the military-industrial complex. That's what look at what Kissinger said about the military. You got to understand this. The oil price, though, it started to reflect this higher level of tension, moving up to approximately $80 a barrel. And then the market's kind of like, wait and see. Interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? Coming at this time. I thought this was over. I thought we were done with it. These are the sectors, and I just want to show you over the last month, looking in the bottom here, we're seeing all the sectors, but energy has moved up, right? Tensions after coming back down to the pre-war levels. Now you see what's going on with energy. We break it down with oil specifically. Of course, you see, as I said, $80 a barrel. Which are the sectors that we should be interested in? Corey from the Finance Friday asked for this feature. Why? Because when we're looking at this, as I call it, the 30,000-foot view, you could see it there, 30,000-foot view, you need to be understanding this from the top level down before you make your investments. We get into the patterns, of course, on this feature. This is themoneygps.com. And, you see the patterns amongst them. That's the real key there. But anyway, just looking at this for the purposes of this video, you see what's going on with energy. Now that has an impact on you, the individual, as you have to go to the pump, as you have to get stuff transported to you. That's an expense, that's a cost, and they keep stacking up. $1 trillion borrowing binge lifting the stock market to risky heights. I said there's this convergence, there's this building that's been happening all around one thing, and that is AI. But what's happening? Leveraged funds and margin debt have grown to unprecedented levels this year. Sure, if you want to take a risk on something, go ahead. By all means, you do that. But that's this portion of your portfolio, not the whole thing. But that keeps growing and growing. Why? Because they're chasing this and saying they're never going to let it go down. They're never going to let it happen. Oops. Well, I hope I didn't own all of my, buy into IBM at the very top and then, just sell everything, put all into IBM. We had a problem. Now, if you had bought in beforehand and you rode the wave, perhaps you did good, but you can't buy in when things are going crazy, because this type of stuff happens at the time of this recording, down and down again. Oh, they were saying it's the earnings and all this. But look at Oracle. Oracle down 40%. Look at some other stocks down significantly, 40%, 50%. Some of them are 60% down. These are the high flyers. These are the ones that were getting mentioned on every single news channel saying it's the new economy, it's AI. Well, Warren Buffett said, values are scarce when everybody is preferring gambling. That's what's going on. The gambling is a big concern, and when that happens, you do get these elements, as this case here with the IBM stock getting crushed, 25%. Worst day on record. Now, that means the potential for a reversal. That could also mean the potential that it gets a lot worse over time, and it could spread to other stocks. But if you look at some of these other ones, SK Hynix, look at it. Okay, they went down. But what happened in the prior couple days? Oh my God, it went up like crazy. What's happening? These things are all signs of a bubble. Now, AI is in a bubble right now, but at the same time, it's extremely useful if you know how to use it and harness it, like I have done. I don't talk about them on here, but I have built countless apps. I lost count. Okay. Many different apps, websites, automations that I do for myself, for me personally, for my business, for other people that I know, for other businesses that I'm dealing with, and just, general market, on the general market, you have to understand it's very useful. But is it in a bubble? Yes, absolutely. 100%. And so you got to treat that as like, proceed with caution, right? So watch out. My goodness, the risk is so high right now that it's just it's a concern. Just watch out. That's all I'm saying. Oil rises as U.S. continues to strike Iran, reinstates a naval blockade of the country's ports. This is going on, and at the same time, they're being told, "Don't worry, everything's fine. Everything's fine. You don't have to worry about that." Yeah, you do. You got to worry about that, because this is the type of thing that could be the next, not even next Afghanistan and Iraq. It would be like both of those put together, throw in a Yemen and a Somalia, and why not a Vietnam on top of it all, because it is not the same. This has to end now. Get the deal done. Figure out something that works for everybody and just say, okay, no more fighting, no more war. Let's get this done. We're going to argue over the next few months. Yeah, obviously, but no more fighting, because innocent will lose. The innocents will lose, okay? You and I are going to pay more. There's going to be people that are on all sides of the equation that are going to suffer. Wall Street expert says a massive stock market crash is coming, and this tech company will be the first domino to fall. It goes in there. Okay, Oracle, yes, it's a problem. It's already down significantly. This was a company that said, we're going to invest $300 billion. The stock actually went up by $300 billion. Basically, the idea was, if we just say how much we're going to spend, we'll get that much back. And that kind of works for some companies, but other companies are struggling. And this is finding, if we go back to the markets, you can see it when we look at the indexes, and you break it down the NASDAQ, and you could see it's kind of just chopping along. This is the 1 month. If we look at the 3 months, if I go in here, it's kind of chopping along. And actually the peaks, if you notice, this is part of technical analysis, the peaks are getting lower every time. And that is an issue when we look at the technicals anyway. There's more to it than that, but you got to understand this. Here, I just want to cover these couple things really quickly. Blockbuster stock sales are threatening to overwhelm the bull market. Companies race to issue shares, remind some analysts of later stage prior to the rallies. Not a good thing. Hurry up. Let's squeeze these people and then we move out. That's the key, right? Meta employees allege discriminatory AI-driven layoffs. The AI is even laying people off. The AI is taking the job, and then the AI is doing the layoff. Isn't that scary? Data centers to add billions in power costs to 13 states. We have now come full circle. You as the individual have to pay more at the gas pump because somebody decided to start a war. The military-industrial complex. That's what I should say. Number 2 is that you got to pay more for power because they decided that there's going to be a lot more power usage happening. That is the big concern for you and I. At the same time, our food prices, they keep going up and escalating. Okay, on and on and on and on. What do we got? GPS, just spell it for me. Inflation. And what do we do if we expect more inflation? What would you do? Let me ask you, what would you do? And you say, okay, I'm going to do this. Give me something else. Think about it. What else would you do if there's inflation? Okay, next. And create a list of 5 things, 10 things that you would do if you knew next year, 3 years, 5 years, more and more and more inflation. What would you do? Write those 5 or 10 things down and let's knock that list off. Do you need to make more money? Well, get your hands dirty and go. Build it, create it, work for it. If you got to get some overtime at work, do it. If you got your own business, start knocking on doors, start making the phone calls, start sending the emails. You need to do this right now. Put your money to work. It is extremely important, more now than ever before. If you want the resources, if you want the details, go to themoneygps.com. I've got it all for you. I've got free stuff. I've got the paid stuff. My software is every single week I improve it. But right now at this time, the value of it, and this is what it'll always stay, is 10x what you pay for. The people on the Finance Friday, they give me for 2 hours every single Friday. When we look at this, all of these things in depth, they can ask me any question. We look at things, I can't do it. It's 2-hour sessions and it's every single Friday. And I've been doing that, I think it's like 3 years now. So whatever you got to do it for yourself. At least go to the free stuff, get that. But I would love to see you either on the Finance Friday or we can, get you in the software and you could see it for yourself. There's even a free demo. It's like sort of a much more simplified version of the site, but I would love for you to check it out. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. When you hit the thumbs up button, you're supporting this channel, and I want to thank you for that. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.